All right, everybody. Good evening. Hope you guys are doing well on this Thursday, late on Thursday, much later than I usually post a video. And the reason why is pretty simple. I am very sick. I am not feeling well. I felt like garbage all day today. Kind of felt it creeping on last night, but it wasn't too bad last night. But today has been not fun. I basically woke up to do my show with the Hawk's Nest, and then I went to sleep not too long after. And now I'm up again. So, not been a fun day for me, but we got to do this injury report. Me being on the injury report myself does not change the fact that I need to do a video on the injury report. So, we're going to take a look at what Seattle has to deal with and what Jacksonville has to deal with injury wise right now. This tweet comes from Michael DeRocco of ESPN. So, we'll take a look at what he has to say first, though. Let's spend 60 seconds on the sponsor. Be right back. All right, guys, let's take a minute so I can tell you about Sleeper, a one-stop shop for all your sports needs. You can celebrate and chat on sports games in real time with other users. You can get the fastest scores, blazing fast sports news and sports alerts right at your fingertips. And of course, you can use Sleeper to play in fantasy leagues and win real money on picks contests. This is the way sports were meant to be enjoyed together. So download Sleeper today. Use promo code SBN to get up to a $100 match on your first deposit. And you can pair that with another promo they have right now where you can get a $20 entry free with no deposit required. So get both of those things going. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms of use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states and growing. So check out Sleeper today. Get to it and go have some fun with sports this year. All right, welcome back. So, the Seahawks injury report today, we did get some good news, but not enough to feel great about things right now. Let's start with that good news, I guess. Nick Emanwari went from limited yesterday to a full participant today. I didn't think there was ever a realistic possibility that he wouldn't play, but regardless, it's certainly better to be a full participant than a limited participant, so he went the right direction. Ernest Jones went the right direction. He was a limited participant today, so bodes well for his availability on Sunday. So went from a DNP to an LP today. And DeMarcus Lawrence, this is actually kind of a big one here. This one's pretty darn important, and I'm pretty happy to see it. DeMarcus Lawrence, full participant today, so that speaks to his likely availability on Sunday. We certainly need him. And with Derek Hall likely out, he's going to have to be called on more than maybe ever to be good. We also had Jaron Reed go from a DNP to a full participant today, but he was resting. So there was never any real concern there anyway. So I hesitate to call that anything particularly impactful. It's obviously good, but he was never injured in the first place, so whatever. Brady Russell remains a full participant, but he doesn't really play that much anyway. And that's about it for the good news, the solidly good stuff. Reek Woolen was limited again today, which normally would be a good sign, but it's a concussion. And with concussions, you just don't know. With concussions, you just don't know what's going on. And just because they're able to partially participate in a practice doesn't mean they're good to go for game day. So, Reek Woolen, limited participant, could go one way or the other. The unfortunate reality is right now we do need him, and I know that people are frustrated with him, but we need him out there right now. He's better than anybody we can put out there in place of him, and we've had to learn that the hard way this last week. Now, Derek Hall remains a did not participate. He is almost certainly out. I kind of knew that when the week started, though, so whatever. Josh Jones did not participate. He doesn't really play, so he's almost certainly out, but okay. Julian Love, though, with the hamstring injury, not participating at this point, probably not playing. Unfortunate reality of the situation here. Hamstring injuries are like this. You just don't know. And clearly, if he's not practicing on Thursday, his odds are stacked. The odds are stacked against him for game day. Maybe we'll get good news tomorrow, but I'm not counting on it. And finally, Devin Witherspoon did not participate again, which might indicate that the imaging they got done earlier this week came back not good. So we are beat up. We are very beat up. Maybe we'll get some better news tomorrow, but right now this looks bad. This looks not good enough, at least. There are some things here that are good, but the big picture, this defense can really not afford to be having this many players out, as we learned against Tampa. Excuse me. So, definitely concerned here. Definitely worried about this. The offense is going to have to carry, and this offense is not built to carry. This offense is built to be a decent offense. This offense is built to score 23, 24 points a game, and that needs to be enough to win. I don't think 23, 24 points will be enough to win with this many players out. All right, Jacksonville, their picture has not changed radically. In fact, as far as like injury stuff goes, nothing changed for them from yesterday. With Logan Cook is the only guy who moved, and he was never injured in the first place. So everything we said yesterday applies. Yasir Abdullah, De'Ami Brown, Ezra Cleveland, Chuma Edoga, Anton Harrison, Patrick McCarry, Eric Murray, Baishal Tutin, and Trayvon Walker, all limited after being limited the previous day as well. So I imagine most of them will be able to play, if not all of them. Maybe they won't be 100%. Maybe it negatively affects their ability to play on some level. But they are all very clearly going to be available, I think. Some people are saying that Trayvon Walker is the one guy who could go one way or the other, but it's hard to not look at this and get the vibe that he's going to play. So definitely some imbalance here. It looks like Jacksonville's just a little bit healthier than us. The only thing here that Jacksonville, I think, is particularly concerned about would be Robert Hainsey. He did not participate for the second day in a row. That's their center. So he's probably out. He is probably not going to be playing this week. So that's the one thing, other than, of course, Brenton Strange, who's been on IR for a few days now, that they're going to be missing that they might really wish they had. So Jacksonville's in pretty decent shape. Maybe they're not going to be at 100%. Maybe they're going to be a little bit. There are going to be some plays that they can't make that they normally can make, but they will be available. And at the end of the day in the NFL, everybody's injured to some extent. Nobody's 100% a month and a half into the season. Okay, so that is it for this this injury report video. Again, sorry it's going up so late, but again, I am sick. I'm trying to beat it. And yeah, I hope to be better by tomorrow. I'll talk more about this in another video that I plan on making either later today or tomorrow, but I'm probably not going to stream tomorrow because I'm sick and because there's 2 games on at once and there's too much going on. So if you were wondering about me streaming the Huskies game tomorrow, the answer is probably no. It's hard enough to get through a Huskies stream sometimes when you're feeling well because the games take so long. I don't want to be doing it when I feel like garbage and when I'm trying to watch 2 different games at once, so probably not. But more on that later. See you guys. Go Hawks, and there's your injury report.